Cloud computing. So what is cloud computing? In cloud computing, the word cloud is used as a metaphor for the internet, so the phrase cloud computing means a type of internet-based computing where different services are delivered to an organization's computers and devices through the internet. Let us discuss the uses of cloud computing. You are probably using cloud computing right now, even if you don't realize it. If you use an online service to send email, edit documents, watch movies or TV, listen to music, play games, or store pictures and other files, it's likely that cloud computing is making it all possible behind the scenes. It helps in creating new apps and services. It helps to store, backup, and recover data. It enables hosting websites and blogs. It aids in streaming audio and video. It helps to deliver software on demand. Benefits of cloud computing. When you update your Facebook status, you're using cloud computing. Checking your bank balance on your phone, you're in the cloud again. In short, cloud is fast becoming the new normal. Cost. Cloud computing eliminates the capital expense of buying hardware and software, thus helping in reducing the cost. Speed. Most cloud computing services are provided self-service and on-demand, so vast amounts of computing resources can be provisioned in minutes, typically with just a few mouse clicks. Global scale. The benefits of cloud computing services include the ability to scale elastically over a large geographical area with much ease. Productivity. Cloud computing removes the need for many of time-consuming IT management chores, thereby enhancing the productivity of business. Performance. Cloud computing offers several benefits over a single corporate data center, including reduced network latency for applications and greater economies of scale, hence boosting the performance. Reliability. Cloud computing makes data backup, disaster recovery, and business continuity easier and less expensive, making it a reliable service. Types of cloud services. Infrastructure as a service is an instant computing infrastructure provisioned and managed over the internet. It helps you avoid the expense and complexity of buying and managing your own physical servers and other data center infrastructure. Platform as a service. It refers to cloud computing services that supply an on-demand environment for developing, testing, delivering, and managing software applications. Software as a service is a method for delivering software applications over the internet on demand and typically on a subscription basis. Types of cloud deployments. Public clouds are owned and operated by a third-party cloud service provider which deliver the computing resources like servers and storage over the internet. Microsoft Azure is an example of a public cloud. Private cloud. A private cloud refers to cloud computing resources used exclusively by a single business or organization. A private cloud is one in which the services and infrastructure are maintained on a private network. Hybrid cloud. Hybrid clouds combine public and private clouds bound together by technology that allows data and applications to be shared between them. By allowing data and applications to move between private and public clouds, hybrid cloud gives businesses greater flexibility and more deployment options.
Applications of cloud computing. The applications of cloud computing are practically limitless. With the right middleware, a cloud computing system could execute all the programs a normal computer could run. Potentially, everything from generic word processing software to customized computer programs designed for a specific company could work on a cloud computing system. But why would anyone want to rely on another computer system to run programs and run and store data? Let's discuss these factors one by one. These are the four major factors. Let's discuss the first factor, ease of accessibility. Clients would be able to access their applications and data from anywhere at any time. They could access the cloud computing system using any computer linked to the internet. Data wouldn't be confined to a hard drive on one's user computer or even a corporation's internal network. Data stored on cloud services is instantly available to authorized users. Due to their massive scale, cloud computers they can provide and hire world class security experts and implement infrastructure security measures that typically only large corporations can obtain. Reduction in hardware costs. It could bring hardware costs down. Cloud computing systems would reduce the need for advanced hardware on the client side. You wouldn't need to buy the fastest computer with the most memory because the cloud system would take care of those needs for you. Instead, you could buy an inexpensive computer terminal. The size and scale of data centers run by major cloud infrastructure and service providers, along with the competition among providers, has led to lower prices. Cloud based applications can be less expensive to operate and maintain than equivalent on premises installation. High processing power. If the cloud computing system's backend is a grid computing system, then the client could take advantage of the entire network's processing power. Often, scientists and researchers work with calculations so complex that it could take years for individual computers to complete them. On a grid computing system, the client could send the calculation to the cloud for big storage. Servers and digital storage devices take up space. Some companies rent physical space to store servers and databases because they don't have it available on site. Cloud computing gives these companies the option of storing data on someone else's hardware, removing the need for physical space on the front end. Cloud computing concerns. First, someone else is looking after your data. Unlike a data center, which is run by an in house IT department, the cloud is an off premise system in which users outsource their data needs to a third party provider. This provider does everything from performing all updates and maintenance to managing security. Second, cyber attacks. Anytime you store data on the internet, you are at risk for a cyber attack. This is particularly problematic on the cloud, where volumes of data are stored by all types of users on the same cloud system. Third, insider threats. Once employee gains or give other access to your cloud, everything from consumer data to confidential information and intellectual property are up for grabs. The cloud makes this problem 10 times worse since administrative access to the cloud management platform, either by an employee or an attacker posing as an employee, enables access to copy and steal any virtual machine undetected, as well as potentially destroy it. Lack of support. Imagine being unable to access your cloud server before bigger meeting, or worse, being in the middle of a cyber attack that has taken down your entire bread and butter, your website. Now imagine trying to contact your provider only to find that the customer service is non-existent. While some cloud providers have excellent customer support, other could leave you in the cold. Fifth problem, government intrusion. With the recent NSA leaks and the ensuring reports on government surveillance program, competitors aren't the only ones who may want to take a peek at your data. But instead of just worrying about competitors, disgruntled customers, or employees breaching cloud security, businesses now have to worry about government intrusion as well.
As we have already familiarized ourselves with the concept of cloud computing and its functionality, we will now look at the major cloud computing platforms across the world. These platforms are provided by the various technological giants across the globe, such as Amazon Incorporated, which provides the Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, which is provided by Microsoft Corporation, Oracle, and IBM, which are major technological giants and offer their own cloud computing services. The Forbes magazine has compiled a list of the top 10 computer vendors across the world. At the first position is Microsoft Azure, which is closely followed by Amazon Web Services, the second position. Salesforce.com occupies the third position, followed by SAP at the fourth, IBM at the fifth, Google at the sixth, Oracle and Workday at the seventh and eighth position respectively, and ServiceNow and VMware occupying the last two positions. Now we will look at those two companies between whom the battle for the first position is being closely fought, Microsoft Azure and Amazon Web Services. Let us begin by discussing Amazon Web Services' main rival, Microsoft Azure, in detail. Microsoft Azure is the main cloud computing platform provided by Microsoft Corporation. With an annualized run rate of $15.2 billion, Microsoft Azure is the most widely used and profitable cloud computing platform across the globe. Announced in October 2008 and launched on February 1st, 2010 as Windows Azure before being renamed as Microsoft Azure on March 25, 2014, Microsoft Azure is a growing collection of integrated cloud services which developers and IT professionals constantly use to build, deploy, and manage applications through the global network of data centers that the service provides. Microsoft plays at all three layers of the cloud, which makes it simpler for customers to consume and optimize cloud solutions from Microsoft. It also supports many different programming languages, tools, and frameworks, including both Microsoft specific and third party software and systems. Let us look at the spread of the Microsoft Azure cloud across the globe. It operates in 42 regions, the highest for any provider, and as we can see from the map, it operates in 3 different regions in India, which is the max for any provider of cloud services in the nation. Now let us focus our attention on Amazon Web Services, which is the main rival of Microsoft Azure in the cloud computing business. AWS was started in March 2006 as the on-cloud computing platform of Amazon Incorporated, providing its services to individuals, companies, and governments on a paid subscription basis with a free trial option of 12 months. The AWS cloud provides a broad set of infrastructure services such as computing power, storage options, networking, and databases delivered as a utility on demand, available in seconds and pay-as-you-go pricing. It has remained as a massive success story so far, focusing on consumer awareness and being a ferocious competitor. However, there is a major question regarding the future of AWS. Will it be content in remaining in the IaaS and PaaS business, or will it buy its way into the SaaS business and give Microsoft Azure a serious run for its money? Let us look at the spread of the AWS cloud across the globe. The AWS cloud operates in 44 availability zones with 16 geographical regions across the world. There are announced plans for 14 more availability zones and 5 more regions in China, France, Hong Kong, Sweden, and a second AWS government cloud region in the US.